All right, good evening, everybody. Sorry for the slight delay. We had some technical issues to work through, but I think we have them sorted now. But we're here, sunny California at Sonoma Raceway. With me, as always, I have Adam Roberts and Milt Minter Jr. There's Adam. I know Milt's around here. I know Milt's around here somewhere.
Just wine. Boy, if they gotta grow wine in that dirt, though, man, looks pretty dry out there.
All right, everyone should be able to hear you guys now. Speaking of technical issues, I didn't have the correct input set for my audio, but I think we're good now. So,
Testing,
viewers,
1, 2, 3.
Viewers were probably confused for a second when they just heard me talking to myself, but all good. We're working through it. This isn't a perfect process, but we're good now. All right. Let's take a look at the track, see what the track's looking like. Pull up there we go. Week 11, getting near the end here. I think I think we're doing 13 races this season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So weather looks perfect. 72, partly cloudy. Track temperature about 104, so not bad. I haven't really been watching these guys run around the track yet, so I'm not sure what they're having issues with. The hairpin turn right there is always a fun one. I'm actually surprised we have as many drivers out there as we do right now. Typically, road courses, people tend to stay away from those in this league, but doesn't look like it tonight.
Yeah, I was looking to try to get a few laps, but I couldn't get my steering wheel working right in time. Steering wheel, like Kimi Räikkönen. Where's my steering wheel?
Yeah, I haven't raced Sonoma. It's been a while since I've hit this track. I think in our 2003 I raced it a few times, but I haven't been on it too much in iRacing.
I probably got more seconds in this league at this track than anybody, because I had to follow around Jim Ray and Kevin Lewis and Damian Gottstilla, and I always seemed to be good enough to be right behind them, but it's a tough track.
The toughest part on these road courses is something I had to learn. Is that you got to find your breaking points, and it's got to be objects on the track or on the wall, in the stands, the person in the blue shirt. I don't know. You just got to have some kind of reference. Otherwise, you're going to miss the point you need to brake at, and end up potentially running into the guy in front of you, which is never a good time.
Right.
Yeah, you have visual, but you also got sound too, because I rely a lot on practicing enough to know what gear I'm in and what rev range where it's probably a good time to hit the brakes. Because sometimes, but that's true. There's a sign on the wall. There's a light post. There's a line. There's always something you have to, pick out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I go with.
Yeah.
You can't always rely on the. I know some people run with the what's it called? The track indicator that kind of tells you
line.
The racing line tells you where to brake. But yeah, you can't always see that when there's a car 3 inches in front of you. So you've really got to look at those.
Yeah, the races we run, like the 24 hours of Spa we ran this weekend, they don't give you that option even if you wanted it. So you got to figure it out old school from the cockpit and when to brake. And it's challenging, especially at night. Fortunately, these guys aren't going to have to worry about that. Sunny and bright. Track temperature is raised 2 degrees since we've been talking, up to 107 degrees.
Oh.
It's welcome to California. I can tell you right now it's 104 where I live. And they're saying it's only 72 degrees. This must be pretty... and this is 1:49 in the afternoon. Man, you crazy.
No doubt. Adam, real quick, do you want to go over our top 10 in standings here so everybody knows where we're sitting?
Yeah. Of course, with Mr. Tony Brewer up at the top of the points with his win last week. With 7 wins, he's 179 points. We got Sean Bounty at second with 157. Justin Bird 148. And third, Sean Reap, not too far behind, 124. Fourth, Craig Stucca. And fifth with 120. Shane Wisman, sixth with 113. TJ Reese with 104. Seventh, James Pops with 95. And eighth, Michael Greenwood is in ninth. He actually moved up a position with 76. And then Matt Watkins, actually Michael Greenwood and Matt Watkins are actually tied 76. And then Jeff Hale back in 11th with 66.
All right, good deal. Let's see if those qualifying results are in yet. Should be popping
I
up
think
here
they
soon.
are, no surprise.
For some reason, I can't get it to... Oh, there it is. Okay. Wasn't looking in the right spot. Yeah, you would think I shuffle around my settings every week, but I don't. I just have a hard time finding things sometimes for no reason. All right, come on, here we go. Come on, results. There we go. All right. Yep, Tony Brewer in first, Sean Bounty in second, Justin Bird in third, Shane Wisman in fourth, Craig Stucca in fifth. So, yeah, like you said, no surprise there. Those are some of our top contenders here. I think last season when we broadcasted a road race, Tony Brewer and Justin Bird had an awesome battle right up until the end, just like many they've had before. I forget what track that was at, but Milt, I think you were here with us when we were calling that
Dude,
race.
this is going to be, I know it's a small, road racing, which I love road racing, by the way. And yeah, that was Coda.
That's
that
it.
was a badass race, man. And these guys, get a lot of the same guys out here. They're going to be fighting.
Oh, there's no doubt. No doubt whatsoever.
I know last week we raced at Watkins Glen in the trucks, and Sean Bounty whipped us. He beat the field by like 20 seconds. So
wow. Wasn't there a road race in the in the Cup cars this past week too?
Yeah, they raced at Sonoma Friday.
I heard. Same track. Yeah, I heard that was a little eventful. People had some issues keeping it on the track.
I watched the Xfinity race too.
Yeah.
Always, tough here. A lot of history here for me and for my dad being a sports car driver. Two of his friends actually passed away at this track.
Okay.
And one of them was doing what he loved, driving a Porsche 962 in a IMSA race, and he had a heart attack and pulled over and died right there.
Wow.
Another one had a stroke pulling his race car in a trailer for an SECA event, pulled in and parked it, and poof. I guess if that's the way you're going to go, that's the way you want to go, right?
Yeah.
And you could look up old Jim Cook was his name, the driver. He was a damn good sports car driver. And my mom was always saying that, man, he sure was cute. Not as cute as Peter Revson, but Peter Revson was like, heir to the Revlon chain, and of course he's going to be handsome,
Got a few
They're daredevils of the day, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, without a doubt. Got a few people checking in here in live chat. Looks like Jim Ray. Jim Ray wants he's a fan of Ken Soska tonight. Of course, we had the
absolutely Ken fresh off the plane from Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. Our little 24-hour race where we finished 14th.
Oh,
nice. Big part because of his driving, and he did get hammered at the beginning of the race, and we went all the way back to at least 49th place. 49th place. And we trudged our way back to 14th, surviving and finishing the 24 hours of Spa, Belgium, which is a huge feat.
Yeah, that's That's awesome. I don't know how you guys do those endurance races, man. I'd have a hard time concentrating.
Well, we have friends, you know.
Yeah.
You can't do it all by yourself. You know, actually, one guy tried that for real back in Le Mans, and he crashed in 1955 and killed about 100 people. And
Oh wow.
Mercedes didn't come back to racing for like 30 years, you know, so 40 years, I don't know. So yeah, you probably don't want to try that.
No, not at all. Looks like we got some cars hitting the track for warm up now. Got about 4.5
Yeah.
minutes of warm up. That's definitely going to be necessary at this track. So
Very
I
little
think-
practice for Ken, however, so
yeah.
I imagine he's just going to try to learn as he goes and use this practice session. You know, with a 30 lap race, that's how long it is. I can't see them. They're either, you know, not going to pit at all, or they're just going to pit once.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, I
hard to
probably
say.
one, I would think.
But 30 laps is a long time, so
Yeah.
this is a pretty good sized track here. This is
What
the
is it?
short track that has many versions, including what the sports cars ran and Indy cars with the carousel through the center, very much like Riverside was. These
Yeah.
tracks, this in Riverside, the former track that's passed away and is now like rotten condos and shopping center, which failed. They should have just left the dang track. It's a 2-mile track, so it's not huge, but it's not small either. So it takes you a while to get around here. We're going to call the turns out, and you're going to be wondering if I can't add, because at some point we go to from turn 5 to turn 7.
Yeah, I don't know any of the turns.
So,
I'll try to
and
remember.
you're gonna go, what? Why are you doing that? That's because there's a couple different configurations here.
Yeah.
So right at the end, as you start going down the back of the track, is 7, 8, 8A, 9, and 10 is the right-hander before you got the short shoot down to the hairpin, which is turn 11. And then it starts all over again. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 2A, turn 3, turn 3A, turn 4 at the top of the hill, and then down turn 5 at the end of the short shoot. The elevation changes are massive here, and braking in these big cars, you got to be patient. I followed these great drivers like Jim Ray and you know, Damien Godstilla and Kevin Lewis around this place, and you know, it's just all about being smooth. You know, these new tire models, I don't know, running the 24, I know that was a sports car, but that was a huge shocker to me. They're so realistic. You better be careful the first couple laps, because you're going to go off, you know, because you got no grip, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then once you get in, you got a nice little run there, but then towards the end of your tire run, and when you make these tires angry, it takes you up to a lap to get that tire temperature down and get them unangry.
Ken Saska here in the Hardy's car. Good to see him.
Yeah.
Kevin Mays in the live chat. Alabama gang gonna school the field tonight.
Huh.
I believe that's Tony Brewer. He's
Yep.
referencing there. It's
Yeah.
funny how everybody's kind of developed their own names for their favorite driver. We got the Bird Nation out there, and we got the Alabama gang.
I still need to get some sound effects. For,
Some of my favorite in-cars, man. I'm an in-car dude, man. I love watching in-car, especially on a track like this, because as a driver, you pick up a lot by watching what another guy's cockpit looks like. And, you know, well, you know, sorry, but
Oh, easy.
Not usually trying to look at dudes' cockpits, you know, but
All right, I gotta adjust some
and you get
settings
to see
here.
where they break and and because you can see and feel, at least visually, you know, some of these guys got like butt kickers, which vibrates your butt and, you know, gives you like a, you know, a feeling of the track when you hit a bump, stuff like that. And it looks like we're getting ready to go.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm adjusting some settings here real quickly, so just bear with me there, people.
Oh, we have the Porsche pace car. That's a pretty good choice to pace a race here. Some of my favorite in cars are back in the 80s. The Nissan twin turbo around this thing with that turbo. Just screaming with those ground effects. These bad boys, totally different, man. It's like driving a brick. You got to brake in a straight line. You got to brake and roll and use that big old body to get that thing to turn, and your gas pedal. Brake in a straight line, and don't use those tires up. Sean Bounty, you know, qualified second here. Brewers just dominated this season, and he was the best for most of that road race, but, you know, except for one guy, Wisman, at Coda last year, and Wisman not qualifying, you know, he just run off and left everybody in Texas, you know. Where'd y'all go? I mean, we hardly even showed him, you know. But the race behind him, the 3 cars behind him, Rod Stewart and Brewer and the Bird's the word. How are they going to handle this here? You got to keep on the track. You don't have cautions. These races are no caution, so.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a tough start here.
But you can't ever write off, you know, a chance here, because all it takes is one mistake and dude can blow it here.
Yeah. And no tire warm up either. They're short. And there's a green.
Here we go.
Green, green, green. Turn 1 here, up the hill. You make the hill help you slow down.
Yeah.
Little bit on the brakes right here, then roll. That's turn 2. Turn 2A. Going down into 3 here. Then 3A.
They're all single file.
Coming up at the top of the
already.
hill. They've made it all the way through. You got to lift, and that thing's off camber, and then you go down the hill, hard braking downhill, steep downhill, stories downhill. You're at the lowest point of the track. Now you're going over here into turn 7. This is the best passing zone besides turn 11. Now you got the snake. You got 8, 8A, 9, 9A. Wood, clip those curbs. Not too hard. Now you got this short little run here. There's no straightaways here, really.
Right.
9, 9, 8. This is 10, the right-hander. This is really critical. So many people go off right here as the car gets tighter, and you know they got dirt coming on the track, and that will affect the handling. I found that out since, you know, it'd been 2.5 years since I raced, and at Spa, and all of a sudden I'm driving through gravel, and that thing ain't turning. Nice start with these pro drivers.
Yeah. Great start.
Get in line. Don't do nothing crazy, and see, you know, execution is everything here.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Adam, you want to get some in-car with Shane Wisman?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and pull it up there.
Yeah, I got it.
See on your right there, I've got a different camera angle following Shane Wisman. On the left, you'll see the in-car camera.
Oh, you can see.
I love this right here. See, breeze, roll, lift, Now you want to ease on the gas a little bit sideways here. You can go flat out through here and shift. No downshift here, it looks like. Now 1, 2, 3, hard on the brakes. Hard. Downshift, first gear. Blah. Just bogging it right here.
Yeah.
Picking it back up here. Then you got the left turn type drag race all the way through. Flat out here. A little bit floppy right there. Little car looks like it's got a little bit of oversteer maybe. Nice through turn 2 here. You want that exit on the outside. You want to try to get inside here, but then if you don't, the 36 there will have the inside on you. Very hard to make a pass through here. Here it's sideways. You be careful right here. This is what you want to set everybody up for, is for turn 7 right here, if you can. Not close enough. So he knows, he wants to try to set him up for crossing his hands a little bit there. Woo! That turn will do that to you. Breeze through, lift, roll, lift. You see how you want to breeze that curve pretty good though in these cars. The real guys were saying the pro cars were not liking that at all. Gen 7 car, because it's just too stiff and with the ground effects. Oh, I think we got a few cones right there. Hard on the brakes.
Let's check out Sean
There's
Reap.
a little in car, folks.
See where
That's
Sean
pretty
Reap's
sexy, I think.
Yeah, without a doubt.
That'll make your sticker packer.
Sean Reap, the up-and-comer here in iRacing. I think he's got a few wins under his belt now.
Yeah.
Well, Stuka taking a look at Wisman, and Wisman goes way wide. So Stuka's going to take advantage of that side by side. Now it's going to be Wisman on the inside. Stuka needs to stay there, and then he can get him right here, but no. Both of them got a little jiggy right there. Wisman, nice line through there, and holds that position.
Yeah.
There's some good racing here, and Bird is moving up on the 12. I don't know if 12 is trying to do a SVG here. I mean, that guy just yo-yoed the people in both series. He did finish second in the Xfinity race, but just yo-yoed the best Cup drivers in the world and took them with ease this Sunday. Gotta watch that. I mean, and he was just kind of yo-yoing him. Bird looking down.
We got the top 3
spins. I don't think that was good. It's terrible. No contact, though. Good job by Stuka. And Brewer's got a way to go there. Thankfully, everybody was going slow enough. He did not get, like, you know, his spotter, I guess, didn't tell him don't pull out yet, but because he got on it. Wowzer.
Let's see, we can.
I think he got a little bit spooked. I don't know if there was contact there.
We can rewind that a little bit if you want to, there, Adam.
Yeah, see if you can take a look at that, Adam. I'm gonna do the same as you carry on with this.
Yeah, I got Tony right now. It's like, oh yeah, he got hit by Justin.
Gosh, that was a hard lid.
Yeah.
I think Bird could have made the corner. I think he got a little spooked that the 12. And then looking at Bird after, I don't know, he might have some damage too. That was a harder hit than I thought. I told you this is going to be good.
Yeah, that was a big one.
It's a, I don't think that damage is going to hurt the 12 too much. I know the 13, I was watching his in-car. He was really moving that wheel around, I guess trying to figure out what he had there. In iRacing, you're pretty good. You're going to have to get that sucker fixed if you want to go faster, but sometimes you don't.
Yeah, I think that was just Justin wasn't expecting Sean to make that move, but I mean it was a good move.
Yeah, I got hit by some kids in the spa race, and they didn't expect me to break. And I couldn't say to them, "Hey, well, I'm an old man," I thought I was way out of the way, I thought. But, when you're in the cockpit, you think you know what's going on, but you better make sure before you speak out of tone. And, in iRacing, they don't always apologize. And these youngsters got on there and apologized to our whole team. And that was, of course, they still kept hitting people.
Yeah.
but, I mean, the sportsmanship was because you don't always see that like you do here at FSB. And now we got a guy here, Sean Bounty, which I think he's asked to come hang out with us at Donkey Bop. I can't confirm that, but I've heard the rumors there. So, and run some long distance races, and so our team here is getting a good look at what we're gonna get, which I already knew. Just talking to the guy and then seeing him run before, and I'm like, this guy knows how to road race. He's already run, he's run 24-hour races with other guys and stuff. He just smooth as glass. 1:19.90 last lap. That's a very good race pace. Qualifying bests were in the 17s, so it's nice and easy and smooth. At 1:22.89, that'll get it done.
Yeah, not falling off too much with. What do we got now? We done 8 laps.
Wisman really seemed to struggle with turn 1 earlier in the race. I'm just wondering if now that he's by himself, if he can start clicking off laps, because these guys got a little distance between each other, but there are many options here that, unfortunately, I was trying to get in the car to drive as a ghost driver, so you could get out there and run the same track and everything they're running, which is another great iRacing deal. And I couldn't get to work, so because I was trying to see how far they could go on fuel and tires.
Yeah.
Back in the 2003 days, we would have to stop at least once in the middle of a race this long. And what is your best option to start at lap 15? You don't have cautions here, so you don't have to worry about a caution messing you up.
Right.
So put that in your consideration. And maximum, so you're just looking at maximum tire output.
Yeah.
Some of the fast guys will probably go a little bit farther, and then when they do change their tires, they'll have money in the bank. But this thing is spread out a little, but that 12's not done. He's been the fastest in practice, and does he need to get something fixed there? I'd seen the crush panels moving a little bit on that car when he got hit, and it lifted the rear tires off the ground. I was shocked from the FSB blimp having a frosty cold Budweiser. I hope that's not a copyright. It didn't look that bad.
Checking out Ken Soska here now from the blimp view. Also got his YouTube page up in the top right corner. If you're interested in learning more about NASCAR history, that's the place to go. He's posted several videos here recently. So give him a follow, give him a like. NASCARholic on YouTube, Twitter, now the X, and Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, all these guys running well, and I think Lester Gibson fell back there a little bit in the 87 car.
Yeah, he's a little behind, but he's still
still trucking, you know, and
He's
that's,
still giving it a
hey,
shot.
kudos to these guys, you know. Some people are afraid of a little road action, man, you know. Don't be scared. If you're scared by a dog, as Jim Ray would say.
It always used to, road racing always used to intimidate me because I never did it. But once I finally started, you know, I got pretty decent at it. I actually won, I think it was either season 1 or 2 of the Road Rage series here at FSB when we first switched to iRacing. But, you know, we've since
It helps you in all
discontinued.
other
Yeah.
disciplines.
It does.
Braking,
Yeah, it does.
it's you don't have to win in it. You just have to. Oh, it's Sean Reap doing the sideways through 8 and 8A into 9. I mean, that sucker was sideways. You got to take a look at that. He was dirt tracking that 62 Zevia car. So you got to wonder, man, this is lap 9. You know, without talking to nobody, I'm kind of clueless, which, you know, my buddy Jim there, you know, of course, founder of FSB, he also does a RC broadcasting. So we're always like, you know, hey, watch my broadcast and see what you think. You know, we're always bouncing stuff back, what we could do better, what the fan needs, that kind of stuff. So, and, you know, knowledge of what the drivers are supposed to do is one of those things. So I guess I blew that one today. But we do have a battle here, and that's for 8th. They're creeping up on Reap is Michael Greenwood. Gonna have to work him here into turn 7.
I didn't queue up the replay. Sorry.
That's all good. I'm kind of liking this split screen we got going on here with this little battle with Greenwood.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is very cool, guys. I mean, fans, you can see every week we're not planning on laying on our laurels. We're planning on trying to make it more and more cooler every week with more and more info. A few more races left this year, and then I guess we'll have a little break, and then, you know, there'll be another season like there always is at FSBRacing.com.
Yeah.
Side by side now. Greenwood taking a look. Reap kind of, you know, giving him a line there, but in road racing, you always want to hold your line and make the guy get around you. When you see that he's taking that preferred line and you give it to him, then you can back off, but don't back off right in front of him because he'll run right in the back of you. See Troy and Owl watching. What's up, T. Roy? Also one of our Donkey Bob teammates. You know, and he's run some long endurance road races.
I know earlier you mentioned the off season coming up here soon. I should probably mention the special broadcast event we have on August 11th. We're going to be in the Gen 4 cars at Daytona Super Speedway. So if you haven't raced with us before, come on out. Be a good time. Haven't decided on the prizes yet, but there will be something, probably a trophy, and maybe some FSB swag, you know, a hat, a t-shirt or something. So hop into our Discord, sign up.
Things about that, man. That Gen 4 car.
Yeah, it's new. It just came out, a couple months ago, I think, the iRacing.
Yeah.
Which is, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was the car that they ran from like 93 to 2007.
Right.
Yep. The car, they being
run
NASCAR.
Bumpy Daytona, or are you going to run newer Daytona?
You know, I may just keep it completely old school and just run old Daytona.
Yeah, old bumpy 2008 Daytona.
Yeah, I think if we're going to do a retro race, might as well, you know, get the full experience here.
Yeah.
I even told the drivers, you know, I said, hey, let's try to create paint schemes or use paint schemes from that era, you know. You know, sponsors and just kind of keep it old school, kind of like we did with the 87 Legends special event last off season.
Bounty running a bunch of 18s. 4, 18.4, 18.3, Just
There he goes into the pits.
accelerating.
Yep.
And down pit
So,
road.
man, he's pitting a
Okay,
little
so
early. Huh.
I, yeah, 30 laps, 13. That's not halfway. So
No.
doesn't mean he has to care if it's halfway or not. But that is strange.
What if they have to
Yeah.
pit twice?
Man.
What if it's like 12 and 12 laps, or I guess they've done more than 12 now, but
Yeah, that's your option. 2 stops, 1 stop. Obviously,
everyone's
tire.
doing it.
Oh, and it's a good
Oh.
thing that iRacing doesn't let them crash each other, because that would have been the 12 car
Yeah.
into the. Which we don't need that anyway. It's hard enough to get around a track, let alone all the pit
Yeah.
BS. Let the real guys deal with that crap. And once you get past that line, it's real. So, and what was that with the 12 in and out quickly?
Yeah, I don't know if he took
And
tires.
the quick for the 34. I'm very confused. That's because
No,
I'm
he
not
took tires.
informed.
Now the 12 was coming up. He might have actually. I'm looking now. To see
Yeah, he
if
got tires. All right. Yeah, I'm tripping.
Yeah.
Justin Bird's staying out.
That's why when I set tile, I always try to keep my mouth shut, because once my mouth starts moving, my brain kind of stops.
Yeah. Yeah. Tony had worked his way all the way right behind Shane. Worked his way back up, so he was right behind Shane when he came into the pits, and I don't know how he got ahead of him, but I guess just the way he stopped.
So we don't know if fuel is like an issue or anything. So they're gonna just surprise us then. That's cool. I'm down with that.
All right,
Yeah.
so I think Justin
Westman
Bird.
and
I think Justin Bird's going to pit this lap. I'm not sure.
Soska down pit road now. Soska. And as usual for our team, this guy is just a Iron Man, and busting all. The whole team. FSB driver Chet Barkin, who gave me this computer and got me back online. Of course, was his old solid self, me, Ken, and our teammate Chuck Utz, and Matt Moritz. Chuck from out the eastern part of California, and Matt Moritz from Florida. Matt Moritz also a corner worker for the SCCA and IndyCar. I mean, he sends us pictures. He's like at Mid Ohio at that corner. Like, yeah, I saw that wreck. I was there.
Yeah, Bird did not pit.
Pretty cool.
Nope, he hasn't yet.
Oh. So that means that when the pit window, it must have just opened up then, I guess, because that means they don't have to pit twice.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Bird hasn't pitted yet, and that's with some damage. Obviously, like I thought, they got to at least be able to go halfway if they used enough tires. Bird's still clicking off last lap, 121. Best laps are, so you're seeing a degradation of 2 to 3 seconds. If everybody's running good laps, but it seems like to me there is a little variation there. So
I think he's no.
Let's
not
take a
coming
look
in.
now at Bird, and he does not pit. Doing an SVG, Shane Van Gisbergen.
I don't.
Hey, this is big. Those, one stop versus 2 stops. It takes a while to go down pit road and get stuff done. So obviously, fuel-wise, he ain't worried about it. Tire-wise, we're gonna have to find out.
Yeah, does it take more than he is 40? Well, he's only 24 seconds ahead of Bounty.
You're talking about a guy that's just been every single race. You're always talking about Justin Bird.
Yeah.
because he's always right there, but he hasn't really been able to, get that win. So this is definitely, a strategy that, is countered to everybody else. But as long as he's so that's a 22 there. So let's take a look at what the 36 of Bounty is doing. His lap was a 19.170. So Bird's losing time on track, but if Bounty has to pit again for whatever, I mean, it would kind of be so, if you're gonna stop with 6 laps to go to get tires, so.
Yeah.
But they're gonna be able. So there is your, just like when you run, if you're an oval guy, gal, if you're running, like next week they're gonna be running Dover. There's major different ways to run that race and win it, and you can win it by being slow and pitting 1 less or 2 less times than everybody else. If it goes green in sim racing, that happens,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh.
So Bounty's in second place, running 19 solids. Andrew Elliott has worked his way up. So has he pit or not?
He has not pitted, no.
That makes sense. So, and he's running 23 ones.
Yeah.
Sorry, they're gonna turn that ringer off. That's my boss telling me I gotta go set some tile at an Indian gaming casino tomorrow, so it'll be nice and air conditioned, baby.
Doesn't he know we're doing important things right now? Not to bother you?
Yeah, probably not. And now we got the 9 down pit road. Andrew Elliott, great run here.
Yeah.
Solid and some good strategy here, because these guys lost time and they will lose time, but of course that all depends if this is his last stop, which has got to be,
Yeah.
So what these other guys are going to do, he's got the brand paint job there with the Allgaier colors. I like that. I love Allgaier, man. Love his fiery, love everything about that,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's
It's
see
hard
here.
for me to say I hate a NASCAR driver. I really don't. I can't. My dad was a racer, so, if you're hating on something, hate is a big word, Don't
Yeah,
like?
mhm.
Yeah, maybe, respect. We can talk about, like, Parnelli Jones. That's the guy my dad raced against, and they didn't have no $25,000 fines. Whoa, and the 9 is sideways. But, they had, I'll meet you in the pits after the race. And that was Parnelli Jones. Or Dan Gurney, He was like 6'5", so probably wouldn't want to mess with him.
No.
These guys are kind of like jockeys, most of them, Except for like Hocevar, he's pretty tall.
Yeah, Elliott comes out right behind Sean and Michael Greenwood, but he's got 3-lap fresher tires, so he's only a
So
second
this is
behind
gonna,
him.
and the thing is once you make your bed on your plan, you're to execute that, you need to do the best you can for that plan, and that is average lap time, which gets you to the end in first place.
See, here's Justin. No, not coming down.
Jamison Pearson in 6, solid, I mean, guys,
Oh, Sean
I
Reap.
think as all the road
Holy.
racing I've done, I probably running in the back against these guys too.
Yeah.
That'd be okay. Stuka in third now. He's running 120s. And their times are going to go, the Bounty 20s. Bird just keeps on trucking. 22.3. Can he go the distance? Are you kidding me?
I don't know. I mean, if he comes in, he has to come in for a splash of fuel and no tires, right?
Way out in front. Now these guys they can't be as dumb as I am, because I didn't pay attention, so. Nine laps to go. This is getting serious quick.
Riding along here with Justin Bird. You see on the left, we got the other camera view.
Let's see here. Is he coming in? No.
He does not.
He does not.
Negatory.
I think the pit crew went to him on the track out there.
Yeah.
Filled him up real quick.
Oh. I mean, he's still running a 122.4. So it's only 3 seconds off.
But Sean has made up considerable amount of time.
Yeah.
Since that pit stop.
Yeah, but I mean, if he can go the full distance.
Yeah, if he can go the full distance, he'll probably make it, or it'll be close. It'll be close.
But I
think they probably, in the future, with iRacing and trying to get these races just the right distance for these broadcasts and for everybody, because these guys all got jobs and stuff, so you don't want to make them too long, and you want to get them right, they may take a look at this and say, we can put another 10 or 15 on this one, and down pit road he goes. So, and that's the main thing I want to see is at least they got to stop once. And, he's into the wall a little bit.
Yeah.
That is not good, and that will not help his car or his chances here.
He's got to get
yeah, Sean's
going to get
the DeWalt
very
team
close.
bringing out those DeWalt tools.
And there goes Sean Bounty right around him.
Yeah.
And that just shows you that speed there.
Craig Stuka's next up here. So let's see if he... Yep.
He did not get tires.
Okay.
Fuel only for the 13. And then here comes Tony Brewer.
Well, so that's interesting. We've seen guys, we'll definitely be talking to the podium and seeing, what they were thinking here. It's ought to be really cool. Brewer fighting back. Should have better tires. He did get tires, albeit a long time ago.
Yeah.
But he's running 21, so he's got some dang already on those little meets there. But the 13,
Tony's
got
already on him.
earful of the 12 here.
Yeah.
He's getting close.
Has this not been all season with these guys? It's been great fun for us.
Mm-hmm.
And the Birds the Word fan club. Whoa, sideways out of turn 11. These are cars, like I was driving this weekend with ABS, you just slammed on the brake. I think the whole race, I never realized that, man, I could just keep braking later and later and the dang thing would stop. I just had no idea,
Yeah,
It's
not
a
me.
McLaren, about half as well.
Oh, no.
Gets into him.
Tony gets into him.
13, he gets him sideways and has enough and respects and backs off, lets him get going. Nice save by Justin Bird there. So this is, that's part one as Wisman starts to take a sniff on this. He wants a podium tonight.
Yeah.
These boys are racing for P3 right here.
Yeah, they
Just
are.
like Coda, we got us a battle. As Craig Stuka does what he does with. I mean, even when you talk to dude, he's just like, this guy is like, he's got to be so chill, like at work. He's like, whatever he does, like the machine broke down. Relax. We'll get that fixed.
Yeah.
Because he just always finds his way, and Boundy just doing, really.
Oh, here we go.
Like I was telling Jim Ray last week, I was like, man, dude, I'd sure like to see this guy on Donkey Bob. I'd like to see this guy in a McLaren or a Porsche 963. I think, and you're seeing these guys are good drivers. He's, put into the woodshed so far. Not over yet. My dad, ironically, close to here, but it was San Francisco, Candlestick Park. It was an SCCA race, and he was in the lead, and he was waving at his buddies from Sanger, California. They came up to watch him, and my mom, who was pregnant with me, and showing off, and he was in the lead, and then he spun out and rolled the car and went upside down and slid across the pavement. And then my mom went running across the track, pregnant with me inside of her, and that was 1963. So you know what? Don't show off and don't expect to win until you cross that start-finish line.
We've got a heck of a battle going on between Tony and Justin here. I think it's a
Justin's
matter of time before.
trying to keep it on the track there.
Yeah, he is sliding. I think those tires are gone.
Those tires are not having a good time. Oh, he gets him a little bit.
Contact again and spinning the tires coming out of the corner, and now the 18 is just 13 is just spinning the tires everywhere every time he gets on the gas. But all these guys are, none of them have any grip.
I think we're going to see Shane Wisman creep up here soon if he hasn't already, and maybe blow
Tony's on
both
the
these guys
outside
away.
here. Oh,
Oh, he's trying.
He defended, he defended turn 7 just like you need to, and he is not giving. That's great racing right there.
Oh, he makes it past him.
Yeah.
So that is clean, professional stuff right there, folks. No gimme, but no, no disrespect, no pounding each other, just little beating and banging, and
their cars are not as clean as they were 10 minutes ago, but
heck no. And that brake, look at that, spinning the tires out at turn 11 again. This guy is like Joey Chitwood, man. I don't know if you youngsters remember Joey Chitwood with the car show. He was a hell of a driver too in the 60s and 70s, but he had his little show, and this guy's putting a show on sideways. Honestly, it reminds me of my dad a little bit.
Yeah.
Because, he didn't always have the best cars, but he was going to put a show on, and Justin Bird is getting that thing sideways. Also, let's Wisman by there, which I think he understands that his car is toast.
Yeah.
He just wanted to give the fans a little bit of, what's up? Great racing and fun. That was fantastic, man.
yeah, at some point you just
That's
gotta
how it's
concede.
done, folks.
Yeah, you just gotta concede some point when the guy behind you just has a better car. We're all here
Absolutely.
to race, but at some point you gotta you just gotta let it go.
That's hard racing and sportsmanship, and a little, beating and banging. No wrecking. You know, just and a lot of times, because I know from experience, you know, when you're racing somebody, I've had those experiences where you're not trying to hit them, you're just getting a better launch out of the corner, and it's a lot harder when you're behind them, and you're trying to get that best launch to set yourself up, and your adrenaline's pumping, and your eyes are bugging out, and you know you get him in them a little bit, you know, but. Just, I mean, yeah, I would love to like see like footage of those little battles right there in a microcosm. See that on like NASCAR-aholic. Get Ken to get that replay and show some of that stuff there. Sim racers do, but of course, you know, Ken's site's all about the, you know, history of NASCAR and battles like that, you know. That's what we're all digging this for, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Coming up on just 2 to go now.
Yeah.
Sean Bounty's kind of running away with it.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, 14 seconds ahead of Craig, so.
I think he had the right strategy there, pit-wise.
He did. Pitting early. Pitting right when the window opened.
Sean and Lester got lapped there, but just fantastic. These guys are trudging it. I know Sean Reap, you know, I don't know if he would use the hate word with road racing, but he shouldn't because he's very good at it. It's just these guys are really good. And Lester hanging in there and battling hard, and you know, he's big. You know, it's good to see him out every week. Obviously,
Yeah.
professional driver, and I hope he keeps showing up. Solid Michael Greenwood. You know, he's ahead of you know, Ken Soska. You know, that guy finished 14th in Spa, Belgium. You know, and of course there's a lot of splits and everything, and obviously we weren't in the top split, not even close. We're probably more at the bottom, but
That's okay.
that's okay. You know, that's a great thing about I ratings, and my I rating is actually way too high for my skill level. I need to beat that down a little to get us into a better split. You know.
Yeah. Just go race some rookie races, some like rookie Mazda or something. That'll get your I rating down.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but that car, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
that's
my word
accurate.
truck goes faster than that. Why should I do that when I got a pro license with a 499 safety rating, and I can drive a Porsche 963 or a Ferrari 499P? I think I'm.
Yeah.
Even if I'm slow, I'm still gonna pass somebody in those cars.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass GTs like they're standing still.
And Sean Bounty entering one of the final turns here. Want to take the checker.
There he goes.
Yep. Sean
There it
Bounty
is.
takes
Great
the win at
job,
Sonoma.
Sean.
Yep.
Fantastic win. Good battle there.
Yeah, those
Good
battles
race.
between Tony Brewer and Justin Bird, man, just every week, like it's so consistent. You know, those guys, I don't know what it is. I guess they're just of the exact same skill level. They drive the same, they have the same strategies.
yeah.
I don't know, but they're always together, and
You ever
they're
seen the
always
movie Le Mans?
battling
You
it.
know, Steve McQueen, my dad's buddy, in the movie Le Mans. They interview the Ferrari driver, who's a German guy. Actually, he says, "I don't know. I am always there. He is always there. We are always together, and somehow we are always racing."
Yeah. Well, that applies
Did
to
that
these
answer
two.
your question?
Yeah. Sean Bounty taking a little victory lap here. I'm Sure, he'll decide to stop somewhere and smoke the tires a little bit.
Smoking a pancake.
Yeah. Yeah, and Tony Brewer came back after that accident that happened in turn 11 there.
Yeah, you know, I'd forgot about that.
I'm telling you, if the creek don't rise and everything keeps going the way it is for me financially and physically, I'm going to be getting in some of these races, especially the road races. I'm going to at least get in there and drive, you know. Maybe I could drive and broadcast. I don't know. But I want to at least see us run a couple a year, you know, and you know, to help that out, we need car counts. So that means I need to try to get in them, you know. Great run there, and a great burnout.
Yeah, he's laying it down.
Obviously, had some practice at that before.
Yeah, it looks that way. I'd say he's won a few races if I had to guess.
Smoke them if you got them.
Nope. Think something blew up there. All right, let's head on over to the end of the race booth here. Going to do some driver interviews once we get everybody rounded up. See, hopefully I can get the results up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, who are we waiting on? Well, we got Tony's in here, Craig,
Like we got
and
the
Sean.
the
We got
top
everybody.
three finishers.
Everybody in here, right on.
The podium.
Cool. So, all right, Tony, man, we were just talking about you and Justin battling it out again, and just how consistent that is every single week. Like, I could put together a video montage of you guys and all the battles you've had, and it would probably win the iRacing, you know, whatever battle of the week, you know, like
Yeah.
if I put that together.
We go at it, man. Like, it's good. I raced him hard there because I didn't know if it was his fault, you know, who spun me or what happened. But I was like, well, I'm back with him. I'm going to try to get my spot back. So I raced him hard. You know,
Yeah, you did.
I was hoping y'all would catch it.
That was
'cause we were
so
going at it.
cool.
Well, he just didn't have much.
A little bit of rubbing, but classy. No spinning nobody out. Beating and banging, fighting. You had a better car than him at that point. His tires were like burning off, and you hit him just enough so he could do a little bit of like Joey Chitwood sideways stuff, man. I mean, that was great. I'd love to see that in like slow motion, like Formula One does, you know, where, I mean, because you'd see the 13 car just like sideways, you know.
Yeah, it was fun, man. I mean, I was having a blast doing it. I was just trying not to wreck him. I wanted to, you know, see who could get the spot.
Yeah, well, you definitely did it with some class. I know at one point you guys kind of got together. He got a little sideways, but you were cool about backing off. So you know we really enjoyed seeing that up here.
Really sportsmanship.
Yeah, but like Milt,
A1, man.
yeah, but like
Definitely.
Milt said, you know, I don't think Justin had a whole lot left there. He had a different pit strategy. I'm not sure if he even took tires there at the end. So I'm honestly surprised he held you off for as long as he did.
Well, I was kind of wondering if he maybe just took two or didn't take tires because, you know, I'd been out for a while whenever I called him, and I was like, well, he's going to run off and leave me. And I got there behind him, and I was like, well, my car's pretty good, you know. So
Yeah.
I was like, well, I'm going to try to get it.
thinking is if you got to stop once, you got to stop at least around halfway to maximize uh, your strategy. So let's get to Craig Stuka. It appeared, Craig, you kind of had that kind of strategy in your mind.
Hey guys, yep, I was able to just stay consistent and I made it through.
Yeah, without a doubt. I'm trying to think. Were you involved in that little pile up around lap 11?
Yeah, I hit Tony. I didn't know where you were going, so I'm watching it right now actually. I try to go on the inside, try to sneak by, and he turned right into me, and we were just frozen for a second.
Yeah, you guys got it going eventually. It didn't take you too long, but yeah, you definitely made a comeback from that, and fortunately, no other cars piled in there. I know that tends to happen on these road courses, where especially with the turn you guys were in, it's very common to see 5 or 6 cars just pile in and things get all crazy, and people want to get going again, so they whip their car back out on the track and just cause a mess. But no, everybody did a really good job of getting it back together.
Yeah, and I don't think I could have.
Yeah, F3. That.
Yeah, you got to watch where people are at and be aware of that. But yeah, in light of that, you've got to be happy with your run. Second place finish here. That's awesome.
Yep, my best finish yet. I don't think that wreck caused me to not catch up to Sean. I think he was gonna be ahead of me no matter what, so no big deal.
Yeah, awesome, man. Good seeing you out there.
Yeah, but you definitely outlegged everybody else that were on the different strategy. Your average lap times. You came in and then you came out and you're running like 2:19s, and they were running the 21s, 22s, and 23s, and you just made time there. Plus, you're always so smooth, no matter what discipline. Every race, we see you and we don't say much about you, and then at the end of the race, there's that guy in the 66. He's up there battling for a podium. Great job.
And that's what I kept feeling on this race. I knew I had to be smooth. I know you spin the tires too much, you get real slippery through the whole run. So I was just taking it real smooth the whole time, and I was pretty locked in. So that was a good race for me.
Awesome, Greg. Yeah, thanks for coming out, man. It's awesome seeing you out there. All right, Sean, man, we were kind of scratching our heads there in the beginning when you pitted. I think around lap 12 or 13. We weren't sure.
13,
yeah, we weren't sure what was going on, but in the end, we were like, aha, that's what that guy was thinking. He's just a lot smarter than we are. So, yeah, man.
That's what usually happens. Yeah.
How'd you figure that out? Just practice, or I mean, just as far as like knowing like when to pit and it working out so perfectly for you?
The answer's complicated. It was quite dynamic. I'm
all
trying
ears,
to
man.
I say you don't got to give away your secrets.
Yeah, but just just give us an outline. We can surmise the rest. But
Well, we'll put it this way. I'll start with when I took the lead. I spent 2 laps trying to figure out how I was going to set up Justin, and he's like the Ryan Newman of the league. He watches his mirrors, and he was never going to let me pass. And the way he was driving,
exactly.
Yeah.
He was defending you in
Yeah.
7 and 11, both the best passing zones down low, nowhere to go.
Yeah, those 2 times were really just letting them know that I was there, and I was running a higher gear than those guys, so I wasn't catching them. I was just keeping a distance because I wanted Justin to run where Tony out. And I realized that Justin was going to fall off his tires before Tony was, because Tony was just really smooth, not having anybody in front of him. So I figured best thing I can do is just fake and outbrake him. And so I spent 2 laps trying to figure out where the end point was, got to his inside, and then let on the brake. and I knew he was going to try to outbrake me, and unfortunately Tony was just in his windshield when he went through the corner, and that could have ended just as bad for me, because if Tony went like one more lane lower, would have blocked me and Justin would have gone on through. But it was the only thing I could think of as a way to get past him, where I would just put him in a disadvantage getting way out on the outskirts of the corner. And as far as when I pitted, I honestly thought everybody was gonna do about the lap 15 pit, and when I got the lead in front of Justin, he was varying his times. He would get into like 2 seconds and go out to like 3 seconds. And on one particular lap, I knew I was gonna take 4, no matter what. So I wanted to get a buffer from him, and then he started closing the gap again. I'm like, okay, so I'm just gonna wait till lap 15 again. And then somewhere around 7, he made another mistake and stretched it to 4. And I said, there's no better opportunity than to pit now. And if he took 4 tires a lap later, if he took 2 tires a lap later,
the undercut, exactly.
Yeah, that 4-second gap would be the difference of those 2 extra tires I was going to take. So it was more of a cautious strategy where I didn't think I was going to stretch out the lead again, and and just kind of.
No, that's freaking perfect, dude. Especially without cautions. There's not going to be a caution to dictate your strategy. So that's like some of the greats I've seen in this league. Kevin Lewis back in the day.
That gap dictated. It was in the window where I could pit, and I took it because if it was like lap 10, I was like, that's too early, because that's an extra 10 laps of on the tire rather than a few. So that's all it was to it.
Yeah, is that it? Wow. Yeah. So one thing's for sure is I will say you do a whole lot more thinking than I do out there on the track, because anytime I've found myself in a post-race interview, I've always been like, yeah, guys, I don't know what happened. I just I got lucky. So, which is usually the case, but yeah.
I wasn't always the fastest out there, so I had to outsmart everybody.
Yeah, well, you definitely, it's almost like you could see into the future, because everything you just described played out perfectly for you. So, yeah, man.
It doesn't always, but it's nice when it does.
It doesn't always, but that's how racing goes sometimes. But either way, it was good to see you out there. It's good to see all you guys out there again. I think next week we're going to be at Dover. One of our final races. We have Dover, and then we have Indy.
Dover.
Yeah, those are the last 2 races of season 52.
Speaking of strategy, that's going to be a strategy race for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one.
I'm nervous about that one, honestly. That's usually one of the more tougher tracks for me to figure out long run speed, but we'll figure something out.
Oh, I'm sure. I have no doubt. All right, guys, I think that'll do it for us tonight. Before I go, I want to thank the sponsors, NASCARaholic, Dan Jones, Ken Saska, who else? Sam Young, League Promoter, for putting this on. The league admin, the series admin rather, for this series, Shane Wisman. You guys, of course, Adam Roberts, Milminter Jr., you guys being here in the booth with me. Sean Reap, I mean, the list just goes on for the people that are involved in this to make this happen. This has been a 20-year thing. FSB's been around for a really long time, so there's a lot that goes into sustaining a league like this, and it's good to see so many people out there that are willing to help make this possible. But that's all I got. Again, thank you guys. Thank you to the audience out there for participating in the live chats. Seeing you guys out there, the likes, the subscribes, it really makes us feel like that we're putting on a show that people enjoy watching. So come back next week. We'll be here same time, except we'll be at Dover. Don't want to miss it. So, all right, we will see you guys next week. Have a good night.